The storm had rolled in over the Martian horizon like an avalanche of rust. Winds howled across the human settlement, rattling the aluminum siding of the outpost hangars. Marcus Hale, chief mechanic of Docking Bay 9, was halfway under the belly of a rusted cargo hauler when the alarms tripped. At first, he thought it was just the storm tripping the motion sensors. Then he heard it, an inhuman roar, deep and ragged, carrying both fury and desperation. It vibrated the reinforced walls, making his wrenches dance on the floor. Marcus slid out from under the ship and froze. The bay's outer doors trembled as something massive slammed against them. Warning lights strobed red, and his comm crackled. Docking Bay 9, unauthorized entry attempt detected. Security dispatched. But Marcus knew security wouldn't get here in time. He grabbed his exosuit gloves and approached the control panel. Against all training and common sense, he hit the manual override. The bay doors groaned open, and through the storm stepped something no human settlement had ever expected to see alive: an alien dragon. It was colossal, its scales a blend of obsidian and fractured silver, eyes burning like twin suns. Its wings dragged limply, shredded by the storm. In its clawed arms, it carried another dragon, smaller, paler, and utterly still. Blood dark as oil dripped onto the deck. Marcus' breath caught. He'd seen holos of these beings, Xerathi, as the xenobiologists called them, apex predators turned rumored starfarers. But they weren't supposed to be anywhere near Mars. And they certainly weren't supposed to look this broken. The larger dragon collapsed onto one knee, cradling his mate as if she were made of glass. His voice thundered, but the words formed in Marcus' mind rather than his ears. Help her. Human, help her. The mechanic and the impossible patient. Marcus' brain screamed to run. Instead, he grabbed his medkit. He knelt by the smaller dragon, the mate. Her breathing was ragged, her chest punctured by shrapnel that glowed faintly with radioactive energy. No human field kit was meant for creatures this size or this alien. Still, Marcus' hands moved instinctively, patching where he could, sealing torn flesh with coagulant foam. The larger dragon's gaze never left him. Marcus could feel the weight of it, ancient and burning. She won't survive unless I get proper tools, Marcus muttered. He tapped his comm AI, prepped the fabrication rig. I'll need a scale-compatible surgical clamp, oxygen rig. Hell, make it dragon-sized. Warning. Biological compatibility unknown. Proceed. Proceed, he snapped. The AI obeyed. The hum of machinery filled the bay as it fabricated tools scaled up for a creature 3 times the size of a hauler. The dragon bent closer. She is Sereth. My mate. My soul. You will save her, or your world burns. Marcus swallowed hard. Yeah, no pressure. A mechanic's operation. The storm outside battered the walls, but inside, Docking Bay 9 became a battlefield of life and death. Marcus rigged cables, using plasma welders as cauterizers, industrial sealants as sutures. Every tool not designed for medicine. He adapted with desperate creativity. He climbed across Sereth's chest as if she were a downed starship, sealing wounds big enough to swallow him whole. Hours passed. Sweat soaked his jumpsuit, his hands trembling from exhaustion. The larger dragon never moved, never blinked. His molten eyes locked on every motion. At last, Marcus connected a makeshift oxygen recycler, stabilizing her breaths. Her pulse, if you could call the strange rhythm under her scales a pulse, began to steady. Marcus collapsed to the floor, chest heaving. She's alive, but she needs rest. And a lot more care than I can give here. The larger dragon bowed his head slightly, the gesture so human it startled Marcus. You have done what no other could. You are chosen. The secrets of the Zerathai. For 3 days, Marcus hid them in Docking Bay 9. He smuggled in supplies, fabricated tools, and slept on the cold floor between shifts of watching the dragons. When Sereth stirred at last, her golden eyes opened, locking on Marcus. She whispered something in a tongue of fire and smoke. Her mate translated. She asks why you risked yourself. Why you saved us. Marcus shrugged. Because you asked. Because I could. The dragons exchanged a look Marcus couldn't read. Then the male leaned closer. I am Kale. We were hunted. Our kind is dying. Sereth carries the last ember of our people, the core flame. If she dies, it dies. Marcus frowned. Core flame. Kale's chest rumbled like distant thunder. The seed of our race. Our future. We carried it across the stars to find sanctuary. Now it rests within her heart. That is why she must live. Marcus staggered back. He hadn't just saved a dragon. He'd saved an entire species. The hunters arrive. On the 4th night, alarms screamed again. Marcus rushed to the viewport. Out beyond the storm, sleek black ships descended. Silent, sharp, predatory. Kale rose, wings spreading despite their wounds. The Valor have come. They will not stop until Sereth is ashes. Marcus' blood ran cold. The colony isn't ready for this. Security can't fight ships like that. Kale's gaze burned. Then we fight together. For the first time, Marcus didn't see a monster. He saw a soldier, desperate and determined, forging the unlikely alliance. The mechanic and the dragon worked as one. Marcus repurposed holler engines into plasma cannons, rigged docking clamps into electromagnetic traps. Kale and Sereth, still weakened but recovering, imbued the weapons with something more. Arcs of living flame that clung to steel, turning crude human machines into dragon-forged hybrids. When the Valor landed, they met a storm they hadn't expected. The battle was chaos. Alien hunters in black armor stormed the bay, weapons shrieking with energy. Marcus fought with the exosuit he'd modified, his plasma torch burning through armor. Kale roared, flames searing through ranks of enemies. Sereth, though still fragile, unleashed bursts of golden fire that shattered the invaders' resolve. In the end, the Valor fled, leaving smoldering wreckage in their wake. Marcus stood amid the ruins of Docking Bay 9, lungs burning, suit scorched. Kale lowered his massive head beside him. You fought as kin. You are no longer only human. You are bound to us. The extraordinary gift. In the days that followed, the colony rebuilt. Official reports claimed a rogue pirate attack, but whispers spread about dragons in the storm. Marcus knew the truth, and so did Kale and Sereth. Before they departed, Kale pressed a claw the size of Marcus' arm against his chest. A warmth spread through him, searing and comforting all at once. The core flame touched you when you saved her. You carry a spark now, a bond that cannot be broken. One day when we return, that spark will call us to you. Marcus tried to laugh it off, but in his heart he felt it, the ember glowing faintly, alive within him. The dragons took to the skies, wings healed, vanishing into the red horizon. Marcus watched them go, knowing life on Mars would never be the same. He was no longer just a mechanic. He was the keeper of a secret, the bearer of a spark that might one day decide the fate of two species. And deep down he knew, when the dragons returned he would be ready.